So I'm going to take this back a little bit, and stupid as stupid does. We're going back 30 years to the day of Tuesday of this week, right? 30-year anniversary of a man named Gary Hoye, who was 38 years old at the time, was one of the top lawyers that Toronto's ever produced. He was a phenom, right? Won every case. He was the guy. Poor Gary was in his office on the 24th floor, and a bunch of interns come in. And Gary wanted to show them how on the 24th floor of this super skyscraper in Toronto, that the windows were these super windows, right? He's very proud of them. Don't ask me why. Gary was very proud of them. So he's done this multiple times where Gary would show them that these windows are impenetrable. So he would get a running head start at 5'10", 170 pounds and throw himself into the window. And every time he'd bounce off like a stunad. And all the people were like, holy crap, like, why would you do that? And he's like, no, these windows, I specifically was in litigation to make sure they were part of this thing and a storm, blah, blah, blah. All this stuff. He wanted to prove the point on these windows, right? So good old Gary decides that he's going to throw himself into the window. This time, unfortunately, Gary takes a running head start, hits the window. The window holds up, but the framing around the window gives way. So Gary plunges 200 plus feet from the 24th floor to his death in front of a bunch of legal interns who are standing there in absolute disbelief. The police then recorded this as a tragic mishap and not a suicide, not anything else. And that law firm he was part of, which was one of the most highest and most regarded ones in Canada, and that was on a big time upswing, 5 years later, from all possibly the trauma and everything that happened, went under. But shout out Gary and his unique way of explaining how cool the windows were.
Damn. I mean, talk about the highest of highs and the lowest of lows.
The frame gives out, like the window held up in the frame.
In about 6 seconds. The highest of highs and the lowest of lows. In about 9.8 meters per second squared.
Oh,
I just
my God.
Picture yourself as being the intern. You're so excited. You finally got your law degree. You're $5 billion in debt. You're sitting in there. He's done this before. You probably heard the stories before because they said he's done this over 20 times. Like, this was his thing. Like, these windows, I helped litigate them. This is part of the thing you can make bread with, blah, blah, blah. He runs and hits the window, bounces off like the Undertaker on the ropes, right?
Yeah.
This time the turnbuckles were not set right. And then all these poor kids fresh out of college watch this man fly off the 24th floor.
Yeah, go ahead, Bern.
I mean, you got to alternate the window, man. Like, you knock the frame. You know what I mean? You can't do this 20 times.
Maybe
on the
that's
same
right.
Window. Maybe
I
he
like
just had
that.
a corner office. He only had one window, but you got to rotate windows here, man. You're dealing with structural integrity.
I never even took that angle where maybe he slowly worked that window out of the frame. I was blaming the frame for being faulty. Maybe, how many times can you hit the ropes without the turnbuckle giving in?
Right.
Or maybe, check before
or just tell me how cool the window is. Don't run into it like a psychopath. And also, who was on the ground that was just, walking with their Starbucks coffee that day, ready to go into the office, and you just see my man, the most famous uprising lawyer, just splat in front of you from 200 plus feet.
I would love if it was like a disgruntled ex-employee or an ex-lover that I got a friend in the glass union or in the windows union, and he's gonna get him. I'm gonna get mine. You think you can sever my 401k? Think again. Yeah. I would love that.
It's just like a big law firm too. One of the interns, like at least one of the interns was like, "This is a test, guys. There's no way. This is a test." Like,
that didn't happen.
There was somebody, at least one person, who was like, "That's not what I don't think I would believe it." I'd be like, "All right, okay, Hayes and the new guys. Like, that certainly didn't just happen. This man didn't just throw himself through a window on his own volition." Like,
and who was the guy that walked up to the open gaping hole and went, "Nah, he definitely died."
Yeah.
No, he's dead. That was real.
Yeah. Who's the one that's like, ooh, I don't think he's going to make it, guys. Yeah.
And I don't want to put this in there lightly, but I have to. I wish he would have fell on Justin Trudeau's head and took him out.
Sure.
Forget Trudeau.
Do you think any of his boys backed him up and said, just for the record, the window did not break? It was
He was correct. He was correct.
Yeah. He's not okay. He's not okay, but he was right.
Yeah.
Lawyers, it's all about language. Right. It's all about language and specifics with lawyers. Like, technically, he wasn't wrong.
Technically, yeah.
Now does if he, I didn't go so deep because forget Canada, but maybe there's some litigation where his wife was like, "Listen, he was into the window, and it's the frame that they're suing the framing company."
Damn.
I want to sue the mason.
Man. All right. Well, good stuff, guys.